We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
If you're celebrating a special occasion or just love fine dining, you're in the right place. Come experience the crown jewel of South Point restaurants, Michael's Gourmet Room.
Welcome.
With over 600 different types of wines and magnificent dishes prepared tableside, you'll revel in the rich classic Vegas decor and the best black tie service in the world. This intimate gourmet room has earned accolades galore. Come to Michael's Gourmet Room for an unforgettable dining experience. Another famous restaurant is the Silverado Steakhouse, where you'll find the charm and service that discerning patrons require. From top quality steaks and chops to fresh seafood and desserts, you'll love the award-winning wine list and menu at Silverado Steakhouse. Steak lovers have even more options with primarily prime rib. Catering to hearty appetites, the menu features a variety of flavorful prime rib cuts, dry-aged to ensure tenderness, and then seasoned and slowly roasted. Although prime rib is our specialty, it's not the only thing on the menu. There's something for everyone.
Major daytime thoroughbred racing is back at Los Alamitos. It's the Winter Thoroughbred Meet. Opening date Friday, December 5th. 4 stakes for juveniles head the meet, with the Starlet for fillies on Saturday, December 6th. And the Los Alamitos Futurity set for Saturday, December 13th. The outstanding multiple Grade 1 winner journalism won the Futurity last year. And horse players. Our on-track live money handicapping contest returns on December 13th. Great racing action during the Los Alamitos Winter Thoroughbred Meet. Opening day is Friday, December 5th.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. All righty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program. We welcome you as we come to you live and direct from the gaming and cowboy capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at our South Point studios at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming and cowboy capital of the world, and, of course, through the South Point streaming network at YouTube. We welcome you to the show. Welcome all of you listening to us on our anchor radio station here in town, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM, and all of the other great platforms that we have, our websites, the apps for your devices, podcasting, maybe even your gold tooth filling. However, wherever you get us, welcome to the Race Day Show as we begin another week covering the great Sport of Kings Las Vegas style. And, of course, continue with the National Finals Rodeo here in Las Vegas. We get into the final week. Sunday will be the last go-round, but we've been having a whole bunch of fun here with the Cowboys here in Las Vegas, and certainly here at the South Point as well. We welcome them, and, of course, just a good time. They make us feel good being here, that's for sure. Great competition, too, at the go-rounds at the National Finals Rodeo. It is, after all, their Super Bowl of the rodeo circuit. All righty, a couple of things I want to get into today. First of all, we got our handicappers, Jonathan Hardoon and Rich Eng and John Lindo and Jerry J. They'll be along with us. And, of course, if it's Wednesday, it means that Dwayne Colucci will be with us from the Rampart. And, of course, we'll have your racing menu and all that. Looking ahead this week to this weekend, Oaklawn Park will open on Friday. And Oaklawn Park's got their opening day Friday field sizes are like over 10 horses per race average. All right, so Oaklawn Park opens Friday with a stakes race for $150,000. That's Friday's opener. And Saturday at Turfway Park, they'll have the Synthetic Championship Stakes. 4 stakes races that will total $1 million in purses for the synthetic horses, the synthetic champions. It'll be the Synthetic Champions Day at Turfway Park. That'll happen on Saturday. Fairgrounds will have the Louisiana Champions Day of Racing, the Louisiana Breds. There'll be 7 Louisiana Bred Stakes races. That'll happen on Saturday as well at the Fairgrounds. Gulfstream Park is going to host the Tropical Park Derby and the Tropical Park Oaks. No longer Tropical Park, as you know, but they have the Derby and the Oaks. The Tropical Park Derby and Oaks coming up on Saturday at Gulfstream. And Oaklawn, Aqueduct, and Woodbine will also have a stakes race each on Saturday. Los Alamitos will host the Grade 2 Futurity, the Los Al Futurity, which I'm sure Bob Baffert will have surrounded again. And then, of course, on Sunday, we'll have a stakes race each at Oaklawn, Woodbine, and Los Alamitos as well. It'll be closing weekend. Los Alamitos closes on Sunday, so they'll have their final 3 days of their short winter meet come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And as I say, Oaklawn Park will open on Friday. But a lot of attention was directed to Tucson, Arizona this past Monday and Tuesday for the University of Arizona Racing Symposium. And the one panel that got the most interest was the one on the CAW computer wagering and what the racetracks are addressing and going to do about it as far as all the CAW stuff going on. We're going to get into that with Jonathan Hardoon when he comes aboard a little bit later on. But it was interesting, some of the conversations there. Of course, conversations on a panel is one thing. At a symposium, doing what they say is another thing. And we'll wait and see about that. But anyhow, we want to make sure that we cover that. Now, as far as the takeout is concerned for CAW, the one thing that's going to happen at Oaklawn Park, and I'm going to punch this up right now. Oaklawn Park, coming up their meet coming up, announces the wagering enhancements for their upcoming season. Here's what they're going to do. They reduced 15% takeout on the late pick 3 and the daily double. All right, the late pick 3 and the late double will have now a reduced 15% takeout. They're going to have another bet called the Get Out Pick 3, which I imagine by just the term of the label of the bet, it's probably going to be the last 3 races at Each day, it'll conduct a Get Out Pick 3 featuring Pick 3 in the final 3 races of the day. That'll also have a 15% takeout, a $3 minimum bet on that. They'll have a $5 late double. And again, the takeout on that late double, the $5 late double is going to be 15%. And the return of the Classics Pick 6 with a $1 minimum wager and a carryover will be instituted there. So Oaklawn Park, up in itself, that racing season is taking down some of the takeouts for some of the bets at Oaklawn Park. And one of the things that CAW, the conversation at CAW is that, they think that restricting CAW could be one thing and lowering the takeout for everybody, every bet that's made from $2 to $200,000 could be reduced as well. So those are some of the things they're talking about. Oaklawn Park, however, is doing it in those particular pools for the upcoming season at Oaklawn. So I just wanted to make mention of that for the upcoming Oaklawn meet. As far as the weather is concerned, we got 45 degrees right now out here in Las Vegas. But listen to this. Throughout the course of this entire week up until Sunday, our highs are going to be pushing over 70 degrees. For example, today is going to be 73. We're going to get up to 73 today. Sunny and beautiful all week. Overnight lows are going to be between the low and the mid-40s. And the daytime's highs will be pushing just a little bit over 70 degrees today, 73. And we won't get below 70 degrees on the high 60s until we get to Sunday here in Las Vegas, just in case you want to make plans to come on out and enjoy all of the festivities here and the National Finals Rodeo as well. That's here. As far as the rest of the country is concerned, temperatures, well, down in Florida, 70 at Tampa, 80 degrees at Miami, and then you get up into New York, and it's going to be 47 and some rain up there in New York today, and 47 degrees. Chicago's high is only going to be 37 today, and of course, you know what it is. You ready? Highest spot in the nation? Guess what? Brownsville, Texas, yes. However, Southern California, Los Angeles, is also going to register 84 today in Southern California. So they matched Brownsville, Texas as the hottest spot on this 10th day of December in Southern California. 84 degrees there. Phoenix, Arizona, 78. As I say, we're going to get up to 73 degrees today in Las Vegas. So we got a huge cold front that's zipping through the Midwest, dipping right down through places like Tennessee and then up through the East Coast. That's the big swath of the cold front. Below that, Florida, Texas, California, etc. Below that and through the Midwest, as high as Oklahoma City, we're going to get a little bit of a hot streak going on there. So it's kind of a comma going on throughout the country. And as far as any of the precipitation is concerned, up in the great Northwest, Washington and Oregon are getting some activity there. We got some rain that's going through Columbus, Ohio, etc., moving through Pennsylvania and on up to New York as well. So we'll wait and see about that. But that's as far as the weather conditions are concerned. Don't forget, today, Aqueduct has a special Wednesday card. This was the makeup card for the Sunday that the jockeys boycotted and canceled the races. Remember a week ago Sunday? All right, they canceled the races that day. All right, that card is now being racing today at Oaklawn, Arkansas. I got Oaklawn on my mind. Aqueduct, of course, is at Aqueduct today. So we got that racing going on at Aqueduct, a special Wednesday card at Aqueduct today on our racing menu. Taking a look under the category, it's never too early to take a look at the Kentucky Derby points. All right, now these are for the 2-year-olds. Obviously, they turn 3 at the beginning of the year on January 1st, the universal birthday. They'll be 3-year-olds. But already, Ted Naffy has got 40 points for the Kentucky Derby. Of course, the winner of the Breeders' Cup. Ted Naffy's got 40. Mr. AP an American Pharaoh offspring that Vladimir Sarin trains, got 15. Intrepido has 13. That's also trained by Jeff Mullins. Universe has also got 13, trained by Kenny McPeak. Then we have Spice Runner at 11 for Steve Asmussen. Napoleon Solo, Further Ado, Paladin, and Incredibolt are all sitting there at 10 points each. And that's the leaderboard early for the Kentucky Derby points, of course, and that is not until next year. You know, that's there's going to be a lot of points to be had yet, that's for sure. But that in the they're in the clubhouse early with the early points there for those 2-year-olds. And a couple of other quick news notes. The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association is proposing and will try to build a new racetrack in Ocala, Florida, in Florida. Now, you know, they've been fighting with the folks that own Gulfstream Park about the split with the casinos, the decoupling of that. And so that decoupling war continues in the courts. But in the meantime, the Florida Thoroughbred and Breeders and Owners Association has got possession of a license, a dead license, but a license to operate a racetrack that they can rejuvenate. And so they have a few interested investors, and they're thinking about building a track in Ocala, Florida, which is, right in the middle of the Florida breeding. It's like Lexington, Kentucky. Florida breeding is all around Ocala. So we'll wait and see if that happens. That's interesting, though, that in this time, in this day and age, when they're starting to close racetracks, big racetracks, and downsize, they're trying to get another track going in Ocala, Florida. We'll wait and see what happens there. And one final note. Torpedo Anna. She is going to be bred next year to Gunrunner. And then in 2027, she's going to be bred to Curlin. Now, you know there's going to be a lot of zeros and a lot of commas when those, if those horses hit the sales ring, those offsprings of Torpedo Anna and Gunrunner and Curlin. But it's going to be interesting to see. Now we get to see her prodigy soon. And it's already starting next year with Gunrunner. Okay, that's enough of that. Now we got to get started with some good stuff for you. So we're going to get our first break going, and when we come back, get you your racing menu, and then we'll start off with Jonathan Ardoon talking about what happened at the symposium addressing CAW and what might happen. We'll wait and see. We'll be right back.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
All is set for the quarter horse race of the year, the Champion of Champions. Saturday, December 13th at Los Alamitos, quarter horse racing's most prestigious race, and history could be made. Will impress him win his 3rd Champion of Champions and tie the legendary Refrigerator Stakes record. Jericho and Stanley Cartel look to stop him, while All-American Derby winner FDD Dreams and Mildred Vessel's winner Hot Temptation dream of glory as well. It's a full field of 10. It's the race of the year, the Champion of Champions.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to get your racing menu for today. First post times are Pacific. You know the deal. If you're not in the Pacific time zone, adjust to it wherever you may be so you get the first post times right and so you don't miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad. And, of course, these will be the first post times rolling out in our book today here at the South Point. All right, we begin the racing menu with Parks Racing. Parks Racing has a first post time of 9:05. 9:05 at Parks Racing. And let's see, their Pick 5 jackpot carryover, $21,578 today at Parks. Next comes Tampa Bay Downs. Tampa Bay Downs has a first post time of 9:20. 9:20 at Tampa Bay. They have a Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $9,925. That at Tampa Bay today. Next comes Aqueduct, the Big A in New York. Got a first post time at Aqueduct of 9:40 today. Special Wednesday makeup card today at Aqueduct. First post time at 9:40. Following that, we'll go to Turf Paradise in Phoenix, Arizona. Turf Paradise, first post time is 11:45. 11:45 at Turf Paradise. They have a carryover in their Pick 6 jackpot, $83,771. $83,771 in the Turf Paradise Pick 6 jackpot carryover. Then we continue. After that, we have Delta Downs. Their first post time is 2:45. 2:45 at Delta. Following that is at Turfway Park. Turfway Park's first post time is 2:55. They have a couple of carryovers. A Super High 5 carryover at Turfway Park of $4,212 and a Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $22,120. First post time at Turfway Park is at 2:55. 2:55 there. And then we go to Charlestown. Charlestown's Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $61,719. Nice pot there, $61,719. Their first post time at Charlestown is 4 p.m., as well as Remington Park. That wraps it up. Remington Park also has a first post time of 4 p.m. And that's the racing menu for today. All right, time to get to conversation about CAW and what transpired at the seminar. And, of course, a man who has a thought about that, no doubt, is Jonathan Hardoon. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good. Freezing cold, but other than that, it's good.
Okay, now let me ask you. I know that you at least saw part of the streaming of the panel for CAW at the symposium. So I'll just begin asking you what you thought of that.
Well, I mean, there was very little good that came out of it, to be honest with you. For the most part, they were just dancing around the subjects. Late in the symposium, NYRA announced that they'll be closing CAW off at 1 minute to post, so that's better than the 2 minutes to post. But if you read the fine print, they're only cutting off the vertical bets, not the horizontal bets. So what's the vertical bets? The exactas and the tries. But everything else stands. The Pick 5s, the Pick 4s, the Pick 6s, everything else basically stays the same. And to be honest with you, I think they just threw everyone a bone. I don't believe that, I don't know what's going to really come of it. I think it's a total disaster, and they've been exposed. And now they're trying to, figure out to get control over the situation. But I don't see it coming so easy, Ralph. And they stepped in it big time. And the symposium, in my opinion, for the most part, was a total waste. It's just the way I feel. I don't believe anything will come of it.
Well, they say under the new policy, CAW play in all New York Racing Association pools, with the exception of multi-race bets. You notice that little exception there?
No, yeah.
Will be throttled down, they say, at 1 minute to post time. They're going to throttle it down.
So they threw everyone a bone. They just made it sound like it's going to be a lot better than it really is going to be, because they're not doing anything, basically.
Yeah, well, they said that what the word throttle down meant was they, instead of making like thousands of bets, multiple bets through the computer.
They can make 6 bets per second.
Per second, six bets per second, yeah. That's what they throttled.
By the way, they're also willing to give you the data so you could build your own CAW.
Yeah.
Boy, people are lining up to do that, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they're not going to do that. You know that. They're not going to do that because the only people who are that strong and computer savvy and want to apply that to horse racing are already doing it. They're already doing it. They are CAW. Guys sitting, and in the grandstand at the racetrack aren't going to do it. Okay, so
No.
that offering was like veiled at best. Okay,
That's what I'm saying. It's nonsense. They're just throwing things out there to make it sound and look good. But it's if you peel all the layers off the onion, it's not good. I don't see it. I just don't.
yeah.
I think what Oaklawn did is great. I mean, lowering the takeout and adding those.
Yes,
bits,
because that goes across the lines. That 15%, the takeout,
Right.
when you lower the takeout, you put everybody on an even playing field. The $2 better or the $20,000 better. They all get the 15%, and that's the fair thing to do. Now, CAW, believe it or not, it was nice that they came with some of the stats. They said they account for about 25 to 35% of total pari-mutuel market handle now. Okay.
So that's why I was telling you last week when they gave out the handle, how everyone's handle was up. Well, why don't they separate, tell us the difference between the CAW handle and the Joe Schmo everyday player handle? They don't do that. They lump it all together. So, of course, it's going to go up because they're betting millions and millions of dollars.
Yes, absolutely. There's no question about that. And, there was a point in the symposium where somebody asked, what is CAW? And they responded by saying CAW programs are designed to exploit, keyword there, exploit inefficiencies in betting pools by comparing real-time wagering data to odds estimates generated by the programs themselves. So
If you really want to get technical, Ralph, CAW is illegal because the pari-mutuel setup was set up where everybody has an equal shot.
Correct.
By including CAW into pari-mutuel, well, now they have an edge. So there is no more pari-mutuel. You could call it pari-mutuel, but it wasn't set up like this. It was set up for everybody to have an even, fair share and an even shot. By including CAW and calling it into pari-mutuel, that's a lie. That's all it is. It's a fraud.
They look at it like this, as a retailer. If a retailer goes out and sells one card to a person, it's fine. If somebody comes in and buys 10 cards, they give them a discount on it. That's what they're doing as far as the money. If you're on CAW and you're betting that much, you get a better deal than the regular guy. Pari-mutuel wagering was never set up sales, product sales. It was set up as a pool. It was set up, please. It was set up as a pool. So everybody bets into that pool, and there's equal amounts of divvying the money to the winners, whether you're a $2 bettor or a $20,000 bettor. And that's the way pari-mutuel pool is set up. And you're absolutely right in saying the way it's set up now, it's set up like a retail sales. It's not fair.
No, you have an advantage if you bet more money, and that's fine up to an extent. But between the rebates and the other edges they have, the regular guy has no chance anymore.
Yeah.
Zero. Eventually, you have to get ground out of business. That's going to be the end.
And there, ladies and gentlemen, is Jonathan Zardoon's soapbox for today. But you got your points are very well taken. You know that, Jonathan. Anyhow, talking about CAW, I don't think they got into the early pick 5 at Aqueduct on Sunday. That thing paid $21,000 and change. So we're waiting to see about that. Do you have some horses for us today?
I do, Ralph. We have a play at Aqueduct and a play at Tampa.
Okay.
Aqueduct play comes in the 5th race today, 6.5 furlongs on the main track. And I like the number 9 horse in here. Hello, Newman. This is a 3-year-old gelding from the red hot Tom Morley barn. Jamie Rodriguez aboard to ride 7-2 on the morning line. This is a pick 5 single in today's early pick 5. Number 9, Hello, Newman, wins today's 5th race at Aqueduct.
I gotta think that is a gesture from Seinfeld. Yeah, Newman.
Correct.
Okay.
Hello.
So, hello, Newman. In the 5th race at Aqueduct, number 9, Hello, Newman, the 9 in the 5th at Aqueduct. Anything else, maybe?
Let's go to Tampa. Look at race number 8, 7 furlongs on the main track. And I like the number 3 horse in here, Elusive Dioro. An 8-year-old gelding claimed last time out by trainer Mike Simone, who's off to a terrific start, 3 for 12 at the meet. Rider switch today to Daniel Centeno, 7-2 on the morning line. Number 3, Elusive Dioro, wins today's 8th race out of Tampa Bay Downs.
All right, 8th race at Tampa Bay. I'm going to check and see about the scratches there. In the 8th race at Tampa Bay, number 5, Indy Freedom is scratched, but that's not your horse, so your horse is still in the 8th.
We're safe.
Yes, I know. We're trying to very much, folks. I know that you had a scratched horse the other day. As a matter of fact, one of the horses that you gave out, the horse you gave out the other day, was declared a non-starter, right?
Yeah, you know what? California should watch the New York stewards and see how they handled it. The horse was held at the start of the race. The horse we gave out, Tiz whatever, in the feature race on Sunday at Aqueduct. He was declared a non-starter.
Yep.
You know, Del Mar had 4 of those in a week, and they declared one of those horses not a non-starter, where New York just does it really 85 to 90% of the time, I would say.
It's almost automatic there. That's
Yeah.
for sure. All right. So, but your horse is still in as the early scratches come in at Tampa Bay. So in the 8th race, the 3 horse there, and at Aqueduct, race 5, number 9, and he's got sheets for both racetracks complete at your website.
JONHARDOON.com. Thank you, Ralph.
All right. Don't take your blood pressure for a while, okay?
We could discuss the Raiders last 30 seconds.
No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do that. As if going for a field goal instead of a touchdown is the right thing to do. I mean, come on.
You're down 10 points with 3 seconds left in the game. That had,
down 10
I want
points.
to cover the spread all over it. Okay.
Yeah. You wanted to make it home safely, I guess. Anyhow,
exactly.
That's another story. We're going to save that. Thanks a lot, Jonathan. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
Boy, that guy can open up Pandora boxes, can't he? All right, anyhow, let's go to Dwayne Colucci standing by at the Rampart. Dwayne, I know that you're a bookmaker at the Rampart, and I got to think that the room was going crazy during that game with the Las Vegas Raiders with practically no 3 or 4 seconds left in the game. They decide to kick a field goal down 10 points. But with that field goal, they covered the spread, and it went from a loser to a winner for Las Vegas. What say you, Dwayne?
It helped us a lot, Ralph. I'll be honest with you. You saw Chris tweeted out, could we send a bouquet of flowers to Pete Carroll for that decision?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was really shady. Most of the book was in an uproar because they had Denver and tied to parlays, tied to everything. So, yeah, that was kind of shocking. I don't know what the refs were calling a delay a game. I mean, there's 4 seconds left in the game. Like you said, Ralph, it was just totally a bad beat. But, good for the bookmakers in Las Vegas having the Raiders cover finally a game.
I'm going to tell you something right now, and then we'll get to the horse racing. But my philosophy is this, that now that sports betting is legal in most states, it's a legal function now, that they ought to put the point spreads up in every one of the locker rooms in the NFL. They really should. They should put it up, because 90% of all of the people that are in the stadium for the home team, not 90% will bet, but 90% of the people are the home crowd. And for the people who are the home crowd and betting their team, it would be nice if the team, without any chance of injuring anybody or anything, it would be nice if the team tried to cover whatever the bet is for their fans, and obviously try to win the game. But I mean for the fans. So in that essence, you got to think that, kicking that field goal made the Las Vegas fans winners.
Well, the Las Vegas fans, definitely, the Las Vegas backers. But that's a unique situation. You do have a lot of major corporations now. You hit the nail on the head, Ralph, that are, being promoted for sports gambling during the NFL games. They buy commercial spots and so forth.
Sponsors,
you have
big
these
sponsorship.
markets. Yeah, it's huge sponsorship now, and you go back 20 years, they wanted no part of it.
No.
So, yeah, I think a lot of these locker rooms already know what the point spread is, Ralph. I think a lot of these people know what's going on, and definitely it is more and more prominent as sport gambling expands across the United States. And yeah, definitely everybody in the world knew what the point spread was
Mhm.
on that Denver Raider game, and for a circumstance of Pete Carroll to just kick that field goal with no chance of winning the game,
Yeah.
it was kind of shocking. Usually, you just throw
Yeah,
the
and
ball up
he
again.
said, and he said he kind of double talked it out by saying, "Well, they don't understand what I was trying to do." Well, the only thing, I'm not dumb. I know you weren't trying to win the game, and you weren't trying to score a touchdown. We're trying to score a field goal and beat the spread. All right, enough of that. This is back to horse racing now, and so Dwayne, I guess we can get a pick from you, my man. You gave us a winner last time you were with us.
Yeah, it's about time. And
Yeah.
we're looking at Aqueduct this Wednesday card, the makeup card, like you said, the Sunday when they walked out. I'm looking at the seventh race, number 7, Tall Paul. Horse has a lot of speed, and it's John Terranova. It went back and forth. Bob Baffert, John Terranova, Bob Baffert. The horse also finished of the morning line favorite in this race. So you're getting Flavian Pratt. You're getting a solid price at 3-1. I think he'll be a little less than that, to be honest with you, Ralph.
Uh-huh.
But I think he's going to be on the lead, tough to catch. Tall Paul, race 7 at Aqueduct, 3-1. Let's get him home.
All right, on the makeup card today at Aqueduct in race 7, number 7, Tall Paul, the 7 in the 7th race at Aqueduct today is Dwayne's pick. And of course, if you're out in that part of the country, in the northwestern part of this great sprawling city of Las Vegas, the Rampart is the only place to be. And if you don't go there and you're up there, first bad beat. Thanks a lot, my man.
Thank you, Ralph. It's always a pleasure. And let's cash some tickets today.
You got it. Sounds good to us. All right, we're going to take our next break, and when we come back, Rich Angus standing by. Got to ask him about that field goal. And, of course, John and Jerry will be with us to come converse a little as well. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans.
Everybody knows where the money's going, every single dollar. God bless you.
Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
Are you ready to lock in your bets and cash in on the games this weekend? Get weekly football winners from Alex White, Chris Andrews, and Vinny Malulo.
I did take the dog 3.5.
I'm going to stay with the Colts here. That's definitely going to be one of my plays.
If the Bears have turned the corner, they have to take care of business in this game.
Yes.
Tune in for behind-the-book perspectives you won't find anywhere else.
Well, if you're looking to bet the under, you're going to get a better number.
The wise guys are certainly not going to play the favorites.
I know if it hits 7, don't blink. Maybe that's what bettors are waiting for.
Every NFL matchup, every college game that matters, the spreads, the stats, and the smart money plays.
It's your way to bet against both teams.
Get your winning edge with Football Frenzy, streaming on YouTube every Friday at noon Pacific.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas for this Wednesday. Now let's go out to Rich Ang standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
Got to ask you about that field goal at the end of the Raiders and Denver game.
Well, if you're watching the game, Denver was in total control for the first 56 minutes with 4 minutes to go in the game. The score was 24-7.
Mm-hmm.
And, Geno Smith had already been knocked out of the game. Kenny Pickett was in. And Pickett did lead a drive to get a backdoor touchdown and make it 24-14. But you still felt pretty confident that you were going to cover the 7.5, 8, 8.5 that were out there. And then lo and behold, Sean Payton did something that people aren't giving much attention to.
Yeah.
Was he went for it on 4th and 1.5.
Instead of just punting the ball.
Right. If they had punted the ball, they would have pinned the Raiders down around the 10 or 15-yard line with about a minute to go. And instead, they went for it on fourth down, didn't make it. So the Raiders got great field position with a minute to go, then Pickett hit that pass, and there was like 5 seconds left, and the Denver defender, while the Raider receiver was on the ground, he swipes the ball out of his hand, so they flag him for delay of game. Without that delay of game, that would have been the last play because in 5 seconds, the Raiders had no chance to line up for another play, to get all their players in position. So that created a timeout and a 5-yard penalty. And from my point of view, actually, I don't blame Pete Carroll for kicking the field goal because, well, there's a couple angles in play. One was his argument was that he thought there might be 10 seconds left and then he could try an onside kick.
Yeah.
But two, believe me, coaches and players know what the point spread is. And I think Pete Carroll understood what was at stake because if you heard the audio, when the ball went through the goalpost, you heard this roar in the crowd because Raider bettors, covered. And it's just, when you think about it just shows you, Ralph, there's a million ways to lose, not only in horse racing, but in football. So with a 17-point lead with 4 minutes to go, you're still not safe.
But the thing is, like I said, since it's legal, we know that they know the point spread and everything, but if the betting public knew that they were posting it in the locker room, because 90% of the people in the stands are going to be your fans. And some of those people are your fans that are going to legally make a bet. And so even if you're going to lose the game, if you can win the bet for your fans, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, and that happens in college football a lot. You see some like James Franklin with Penn State was famous for knowing the point spread, and Penn State would be favored by 24 points. He would make sure to run up the score to make sure that the Penn State covered for the alumni. He was famous for that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like it's anything shady because it's out in the open. It's legal. This is you can bet on it. They're sponsors of the NFL, etc. And so it wouldn't look so bad that way because now it looks, everybody's saying, oh, he did it just for the. Yes, he did. My opinion now. Yes, and that's okay.
And one thing that I made a mistake on, but I knew what I was doing was, I've talked about the hook on the show, where if you're at 7.5, 3.5, a lot of times you buy down to 3 or buy down to 7. But I felt pretty confident that Denver was the better team, was going to dominate the game, and I was right for 59 minutes.
Yeah, the problem is try cashing the ticket.
That's right. This is a loser, sir.
All right. Well, let's get back to winners. Let's get to horse racing because enough of that conversation from, of course, us here in Las Vegas and everybody out there who watched football certainly had that question. So we did want to, table it a little bit on the show today. A pick.
Race 8 at Turfway Park tonight. It's a 1.25 mile marathon event, optional claimer. Let's go with the number 3, Celtic Charm. Luan Machado riding for Mike Maker. This horse ran 9 furlongs on the grass at Churchill. Just got beat stride late. I think this horse should adapt to the Tapeta surface. Celtic Charm, the 3 in race 8.
All right. Race number 8 at Turfway Park this evening. Number 3, Celtic Charm, the 3 in the 8th race tonight at Turfway. And, of course, Richie, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right. Well, we're running over time because between the CAW talk and the talk about the field goal, we still have our 2 guests to come yet. So we're going to go right to Southern California with John Lindo standing by. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, my man. Now, you're partially a Las Vegas resident, so I would imagine that 3-pointer, was something that you paid attention to.
Pretty funny stuff. I've always told you, Ralph, good teams win, great teams cover. And so you take that in mind. And I'll tell you what, back when Pete Carroll had those good teams at USC with Lendell White and Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart and stuff, they had some really big point spreads. And it sure looked like they knew what they were doing trying to get past those numbers.
Yeah, and, in all due respect to Pete Carroll, I think that he could have, him saying that he's not affected by that and all that. He went out of the way to say that his decision had nothing to do with the point spread. There's only one logical conclusion you could pick, or you could say, that the reason for the kick and the field goal. I mean, there's no other logical reason for that.
Well, you play till the whistle blows, and that's how it is, and that's why they have bad beat shows.
Yes, that's correct. That's for sure. And certainly we have souvenir tickets on a lot of bad beats in our day, that's for sure.
We've been there and done that.
Yes. Interesting day, interesting week coming up for horse racing. Now that we're at Turfway Park from Churchill Downs, you won't be doing a late pick 5 at Churchill. But what do you have up for this week for the Linda Report?
Well, I'll do that late pick 5 at Gulfstream Park Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'll do the closing weekend at Los Alamitos, including the Los Alfaturity on Saturday. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to let Oaklawn Park settle in this opening weekend, kind of get a look at things, and we'll get involved with Oaklawn a little bit as we go along here. But I just want to see, all those horses coming in from out of town, and most of those horses either need a race or a work over that Oaklawn track before they show their true form. So I'll let the form settle a little bit there first.
John, I got to ask you about your thoughts about what the panel at the University of Arizona's Racing Symposium on CAW had, and your thoughts about your thoughts about it.
Well, interesting that the New York Racing Association is going to step up and basically limit the CAWs at a minute to post. You can still wager, but you can only wager like the public does. You can't lay in a bunch of batch bets, and we'll see what it does to their handle. But it's a step in the right direction for the horse players, trying to protect them from all those late odds. And you don't want to see an exacta that was paying $85 all of a sudden pay $42. So there are things that are being done to protect the horse players, and we'll have to see now, will other circuits follow that, or will they leave it alone and hang them out to dry? So, the good part is at least somebody is reacting to the noise that the horse players are making, and the horse players have a legitimate gripe. Just give me a fair playing field. That's all.
Well, yes, and I think they ought to get back to the real essence and the meaning of a pari-mutuel setup, a pari-mutuel pool. And right now, it's favoring the 800-pound gorillas with CAW and the technology that they have that John Q. Public doesn't. It's really that simple.
Well, that's the thing. We're always looking for value as horse players. Unfortunately, with the technology and the money behind them, the CAWs, they're very good at finding value too, and they'll lay in and fill in the gaps. So there isn't a lot to be found these days.
Now, of course, they're going to lose some money along the way, but with their program that they have, they find the pockets where the value is there based on the odds of the bet winning, and that's where they really jump in. And with the getting rebates because of the spending that much money, betting that much money, between that and the rebates, they're making money all the time.
Well, that's the key, Ralph. We're betting to try and turn a profit. They're just betting to break even. If they break even with the rebates they get, they're making a ton of money. So it's a different goal. And shouldn't the goal be obviously to try and win?
And all the goals should be the same. If you're in a pari-mutuel pool, that in and of itself tells you that it's a pool that everybody plays into at a fair level, at the same level, as far as the win or lose situation, and to put little caveats in there like rebates and all this other stuff takes the balance out of it.
It is, and unfortunately, this is a problem that was created by the racetracks that own these CAW wagering groups, and it's such a big percentage of their handle now. You can't cut them off cold turkey, I guess. We're going to see obviously we're in an adjustment period here. We'll see how it goes. But these guys now have a big say in what happens based on what the percentage of handle is. And they were quoting 25 to 35%.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if it's higher.
Yeah, that's what they said at the seminar, that was it. And that's a big piece when you're talking about in the state of racing right now, that's a big piece of revenue to get, that's for sure. And we'll wait and see how it shakes out. Nice to see that Oaklawn Park is doing what they're doing with those particular pools and the lower takeout as well. So maybe there is a turn there. And of course, NYRA addressing CAW to another degree after the first of the year. We'll wait and see. Anyhow, John, we'll get you back tomorrow as we begin looking at the weekend. And I know that you don't have a pick for us today, but I did want to get your opinion on some of these things. That's for sure.
You got it, Ralph, and it just makes it more important than ever now. Choose your wagering pools, the ones that you want to play. Choose them very carefully.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, John. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Hey, is it going to be a beautiful day out there today, huh? You're going to get up in the high 70s.
We're going to be in the high 70s out here. It's absolutely gorgeous. I wish we had a racetrack to go to and play some races today.
Yeah. I guess put sunblock on your shopping list. Thanks a lot, John.
Will do, Ralph. All right, good luck.
All right, now let's go out to Jerry Jackowitz standing by. And Jerry, I don't know how much CAW affects your thoughts of wagering, because I know that you have a system, a way of betting races to look for value. And does the CAW now pose a bigger problem to you in that effect?
You never know for sure how it's going to work out, but you start off with your ideas and you do make the best judgment you can with maybe 3 or 2 minutes left to go.
Uh-huh.
And if the prices change afterwards, sometimes they change against you and sometimes they change for you. Horse racing is not an easy game, even for CA. I mean, it seems, what they're trying to do is they're trying to level out the payoffs. They're trying to take some of the edges that we're hoping to get. So I think we would do better if there were no CAW, personally, but there are times when the CAW gets it wrong and we get it right, and we get paid very well on those days, so on those occasions.
Well, the essence of their analytics, et cetera, is to look for overlays and value, which is what we try to do all the time. The difference is they have so much technology and can react so quickly to it, and they play so much money that they, on the other side, they have the insurance policy of getting rebates for the money they're betting into the pool anyhow, and that's something that John Q. Public does.
If you think about it, the idea of giving rebates is a terrible thing for the game, because you're giving incentives for people, for small groups of people, to take the larger group of people out of the game. And it's so self-defeating in the short term. I understand the track's problem. In the short term, they have to pay their bills. They have to pay, everybody their salary as they go along. So they like the money and they go for it. But on the other hand, they're killing the goose that lays the golden egg over fast money today compared to the long-term health and growth of the business. My feeling is that there's a lot of ways to find edges in horse racing without disadvantaging the average player, and that's where they should put their stimulus. But what can I tell you? I mean, your business goes on the way it goes on in the United States. It's the way we do business. We destroy businesses to create new ones, but I think the CAW actually is a destructive force against horse racing, and I don't see any advantage to the game. I see advantage to the technology that some people have, take advantage of it, but I don't see advantage to the game. But I play the game, and I'm going to stay in there, and I do well enough, and I can still find edges, but it's not what they once were, Ralph.
I could tell you this, that I think everybody watching out there, and of course most of us that are here on the show, et cetera, have a passion for this game. So we'll keep playing the game, but we have to, I think, adjust a little, as John said. Be aware of the pools that you're getting into, et cetera, and maybe you can make a small statement that way. But gosh, we love the great game of horse racing, that is for sure.
I still think that the best value sits probably used to sit in exactas.
Yeah.
But I think that probably has moved over to trifectas now.
All right.
So.
Well, now you got the last thing to say, and say it.
Oh, don't you want to play for today?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
In the 5th, Hello Newman, the 9 horse. We like him at 7-2. Don't go too much below. It's 9 over 1, 3, 4, and 6.
All right, 1, 3, 4, and 6. We did go over on the time with the radio station, but we're okay with the YouTube because we don't have a time restriction there. The only time restriction was on the radio show. So, in the 5th race, you like the 9 over 1, 3, 4, and
6.
I'm sorry.
9 over 1, 3, 4, and 6.
Okay, and Hello Newman, which is of course a horse that Jonathan Ardoon picked as well. All right, go ahead and say it.
Have a great race day, everybody.